Again, so I like the patient's arm like this, so he's got space to breathe, because what happens if you in a hole, you kind of push him into that extension. You know, when when you're like this, it's a bit more control, so you can keep him over that hole if you like, but still it's a nice way to be the hands like that, because some people just kind of go into that compression forces. So this just helps them to be a bit more. Also offloading the muscles, isn't it, in this position a bit more, like levator scap and upper trapezius in a shortened range. So central PA, so let's say C2, I lift the soft tissues and apply a bit of pressure. Ask, how does it feel? Is it just a pressure pain or is there pain? Because if it's pressure pain, so then we don't need to worry too much, isn't it? Maybe just reduce the pressure. So that's C3. Then you go, it's going to be C4. Looking for discomfort, yeah? C5. C6, quite gentle, and then C7. Typically, spinous process is going to be sensitive on pressure, so don't misinterpret it as a problem, because it can be just pressure pain. So we're looking for their pain, not just a pressure. But if it's your lateral pain, so I'm interested more in a facet joint. So you find C2, C3, immediate lateral, it will be facet joint. So you lift the soft tissues and you apply PA just through that facet. And I think it's nice. So, sometimes you ask me as well, is it a muscle or is it a joint? But if you're offloading the muscles and it's still painful, probably it's more jointy. But if you just push like that, that's certainly going to be muscle, yeah? So just a bit more sort of, I like that offloading a bit through there. C3. C4, good. C5, and so on. Just PA, no, just PA. Straight away. Because it's compression. We're not worried about facets. With Mulligan we do, but when it's a pain provocation, it's compression force going through the facets. So let's take an example. The patient's got pain, let's say C3 facet, isn't it? So C3 facet, and pain is with extension and same side bending. So is it an upslope or downslope problem? Downslope. If it's a high sin, how can we position the patient? Flexion, right side bending, for example, and that should be a bit less pain. So the same thing again, isn't it? So you can see that how it goes through different regions in the same principle, lumbar, thoracic, and cervical as well. Okay, so let's say the patient's got now pain on C4 facet, and pain is with, let's say, right rotation and flexion. So is it upslope or downslope problem? Upslope. But if it's got high sin, how can we position to make it a bit easier? Extension. And that's it. And repalpate that. How is that any better? How does that feel? Oh, softer, great. So then again gives us a direction where we can treat this patient in the same way. Any guys questions on that? All right, so if this we're doing standing, okay? So just general PAs. If you still want to practice the previous one, no problem, okay?